Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Black on Black Cinema. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Hello.
And Tiara.
Hey.
All right, guys, we are back. This is episode 220, Single Black Female. This is the Lifetime original film, directed by Sherry Carpenter, and starring Amber Riley, Raven Goodwin, and Kay Michelle. Interesting. The film was released on February 5th, 2022, and was the most viewed Lifetime original film since Wendy Williams the movie. Just a side note about the quality we're dealing with. I will go last, but I want to hear from the only single black female on this show, because this movie is about her life. Like, you've dealt with these exact circumstances, I assume. Tiara, you are dying to do this movie.
I was?
Yeah.
I was dying to do this movie?
It's about you. It's about you.
Who chose to do this movie?
Yeah, I mean, you are finally represented as a single black female.
Yeah. When they do two niggas from Baltimore, we will do that movie too.
Right.
No, here's the thing. I will choose that movie. Just like how Micah chose this movie.
That's fair. That's fair. So what did you think of Single Black Female?
I had fun. I had fun watching it. And also, before anyone decides to shade Lifetime, I would like to say that Lifetime produced one of the greatest shows of all time, but it didn't get played like that until it went to Netflix.
Yeah.
So
that's true. That's true. You got to give it up. That's true.
I thought this movie was funny. I thought it was definitely entertaining. I like Raven Goodwin. Like, seriously, I like her. If you've watched Being Mary Jane, you'll probably recognize her from there. She's actually someone I would like to see in better things with that would give her a chance to work with better material. Because she's a beautiful woman, and she's always been gorgeous. Amber Riley, I didn't watch Glee, but I've seen her name over the years. But this is the first time I've actually seen her in something. She is so freaking adorable. Oh my god,
she looks like she could be like the younger sister. Like, I mean, they look very similar. It's kind of crazy.
They do. But it's like even when she was acting crazy, I was just like, this is so cute. She's just like, I forgive her.
I did not.
I just want to be like, but guys, hear her out. Let's just hear her out.
Yeah.
That's how adorable she was to me. Otherwise the writing, I mean, not that great. The way that it shot some of the montage scenes, also not very good. But the story, sure, yes. I think it would be much better if better writers had time to flesh it out. Was that Kay Michelle as the best friend? I don't know who Kay Michelle.
Yeah, she apparently. I was just reading up on her from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Apparently, she was a breakout star of VH1's Love and Hip Hop.
Okay, all right.
I don't watch reality television, so I didn't know who that was.
No, not in this movie.
Wow.
In this movie, she didn't do it for me in this movie. Janet Hoover is in this movie, and I was like, oh, hey.
Yeah.
That's where she is. I love her.
That's where she is.
But like, for people like Amber Riley and Raven Goodwin, two larger, beautiful black women who just who I feel like are just relegated to these types of movies because Hollywood won't give them a shot at real material.
I think that's fair.
And I would love to see them in more mainstream things. This was just, look, if you have laundry to do, if you want to fold stuff, and have this on in the background or work on some things, this movie is for you. If you're looking to kind of laugh a bit, great. But that's all I have to say about that for now.
Okay, fair enough. That sounds like a 5 out of 5 for you. Got it.
4 out of 5.
Wow.
3.5 because I wanted to see more of more action at the end.
Okay.
She's living in her house now.
Micah, you chose this movie because you're a huge Lifetime person. So, what were your
I have
thoughts?
no idea. I have no idea how I came across this.
I don't either.
I can't remember how I came across this, but I know I saw the title first, and I'm like, well, single white female with black women. Okay, let's see where this is going. And I saw a trailer, and I was like, yo, this looks hilarious, and it is. Look, I actually like the performances from the three leads, Amber Riley, Raven Goodwin, and Janet Hubert.
No, okay. I was gonna say. Wait, I was like, who's the third one? Because I was confused. So I'm like,
no.
All right.
No,
I'm gonna talk about that. Like I gotta
not great value Erykah Badu. No, I wasn't really a fan of what she was doing.
I don't know what she was doing.
Everyone else. Who was that Zaddy? Like, yo, that dude's a septuagenarian, yo. All right, yo, and okay, all right. And everyone else, like, I like the performances from Amber, Raven, and Janet. Everyone else is just like seasoning to this stew. Right, like, and it's as much as I didn't like what K Michelle was doing, like, it was just funny seeing her on screen. It's funny seeing D-Vale Ellis or whatever the hell his name is. It was just funny to me, man.
Yeah,
like,
it's
this
funny,
was hilarious, yo. And I had a good time watching it, but I would not watch this ever again. You know,
I would not watch this ever again.
I wouldn't. It is what it is. I agree with you. I think that because there is a certain stigma in Hollywood that actors of a certain look get relegated to movies like this, which is fine, right? Like, we got to make our own, right? But at the same time, like, we can make our own, but we can make it good too. Right?
Like, nah, we got one option, my nigga. Like, just make it.
I don't. Did they have the budget to make it better than this, though? I mean, because like,
and here's where I want to go with this. Right?
That's not nice. It's not nice.
I blame Will Smith.
Wow.
I blame Will Smith. Yeah, I do. Will Smith got up on the Oscars and he was talking about how it's his duty to lead with love and to protect black women, right? But what you did to Janet Hubert led her to this. Yo, Janet Hubert is a phenomenal actor.
Yeah, she actually is. Like, she's like a classically trained actor.
Yes, she's a very, very good actor. And she's doing stuff like this now. And no offense to the people that made this movie, but like, Janet Hubert is above this. Okay.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, he did Chocolate Aunt Viv wrong. Meanwhile, Mocha Aunt Viv is getting guest spots in Bel Air, right? And Bel Air is hot shit right now. Like, she had a cameo in that.
Oh wow!
And that's produced by Will Smith. Yo. Why? Yo, you couldn't put Janet Hubert in Bel Air,
right? Because didn't they reconcile?
I thought they made up at the reunion.
Reconciled, yeah, they reconciled.
I guess. I mean, honestly, I will happily admit this. I don't know what happened there. Like, what was the reason for her to be ditched?
Apparently she was, I don't know if she was being like a diva or whatever, but like, she's a very commanding person. She's a very strong personality. Sure. And Will Smith, who was a kid at the time, he had a lot of sway, and he was just like, ain't nobody gonna tell me what to do. And he basically kind of blackballed her. And she never forgave him for that shit. And apparently he felt really bad as he got older, and then they made up on the reunion. Like it was messy, but that was Will Smith's fault. That was Will Smith's fault.
I mean, I always heard that. I just didn't know what the details were.
Yeah, he kind of was like, I don't want her on the show anymore. Wow. And because she's difficult or whatever. And when you black women get called difficult in an incestuous in an incestuous business like Hollywood, like you're done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it'll ruin your career.
So, and especially because Chocolate Aunt Viv is Chocolate Aunt Viv, right? There's the colorism aspect to it also. So he essentially got her blackballed. I don't know if that was his intent, but he did. And it was fucked up. And now she's doing shit like this. And luckily she's not in it long, but look, this movie, I don't necessarily recommend you watch it, but if you are a person that watches Lifetime, you are going to enjoy this movie.
Yeah, that feels accurate. Yep.
Yeah, you'll enjoy it if you know what channel Lifetime is off the top of your head.
Yeah,
then you'll like this.
You all in. Yeah, you all in for this. I did not think it was very good. I was surprised in how not insanely over the top the first two acts were. I figured, oh, you're gonna build to it a little bit, but I thought we were gonna get a little bit of I thought we were gonna get a little bit of extra crazy, just kind of rolling around, especially in the second act, where shit starts to kind of get moving a little bit. And I found kind of the first act surprisingly rather boring, and just not well done, but just kind of rather boring. The third act, I was like, oh, come on, man! Give me the juice, man. They were like, we know why we're here. Here comes the crazy, right? And I was all in for that. So I really enjoyed the third act for what it was. But yeah, largely I thought the first act was kind of boring. Second act was much better, but fine. And the third act, it was this is why you came to the show. Look, your point about actors of a certain look, in this case size, being relegated to things like this, or quote unquote lower grade movies, is true, right? It's not. I mean, yes, for these folks, it absolutely is true. For black folks, for a long time, that was absolutely true. There's still tons of black folks who never get out of this sort of tier because of that, and their skin tone and things like that. Right, because not only are these women larger women, especially in Hollywood, that likes skinny white women, is kind of the standard for beauty. They're also dark skinned women, right? So that's it kind of doubles down on that, double downs on Hollywood's sort of bigotry. But I agree. Actually, I thought the two leads were pretty good. I actually thought they were pretty good. With the material that they were working with, right? It's clear, the writing not the best, but I thought they were pretty good. I thought, what is it, Amber Riley, or excuse me, Raven Goodwin. I thought she was pretty good as Monica. I didn't mind her at all. Her character was written insanely naive, which I was not. I was all right, bring it down. Nobody's this naive. This is crazy. Amber Riley as Simone was pretty good. She did a pretty good crazy. Hey, I think you're amazing. I was all right, fucking relax. Type of shit.
You know what happened the last time somebody told me no? I was like, oh, okay.
They shouldn't have told her no. That's. I mean, have you seen her?
Yeah.
Have you seen how cute she is?
Yeah.
Why would you tell her no?
So I can keep your head on a swivel, or not, which was fucked up.
She had her reasons.
No, she didn't. No, she didn't. That poor old lady. Yeah, I didn't. I mean, I would just like to state, I did not like Kay Michelle's interpretation of whatever the script was telling her to do. I didn't like any of it. Somehow she was the most insanely over the top person throughout the entire movie, where it was things reasonable were happening, and then when things got super crazy, then they turned her character down, which was weird. Yeah. I was every time she was on screen in the first two acts, all I could hear inside my head was, get this woman off the screen. She's driving me fucking crazy. Like, what is she doing? Like, it was such a weird portrayal. Like, and she talked like people don't
have
really
a best
talk.
friend that acts like that?
No. No. What? He's right there. That would be very. If he started acting like that, the show is over. like we're done. That shit is nuts. No, I just not a fan of that portrayal. I don't know her or anything like that. Stick to love and or hip hop. Like, please stop doing this. Like, stop acting this way.
Michael's actually making me laugh with his.
No, I don't like that guy.
What I do?
I'm just saying. I think it's curious.
I'm all for integration of body types.
Integration. They're not racist, my nigga. Like, they're just people. Like, relax.
I was gonna say like larger women wearing flattering clothes and flattering makeup, being found sexually attractive, and actually having sex scenes. More of this, please.
Yeah, I did like that. I don't like people sitting in closets watching them. Not a fan of that. Whatever size.
You don't kink shame that woman. Leave her
No,
alone.
kink shaming is my kink. So yes, I'm into that.
Well, actually, you know what? You can kink shame this because of the twist.
Yeah, she was like, no, see, yeah, no, Simone is problematic as fuck. She's a problem. But I don't know, man.
Exception of that, she's perfect.
No, yo, she was just like masturbating in a closet. Yo. I was like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing?
Don't do that. Especially not,
Given the relationships that everybody shares, sure, yeah.
Yes.
No, I don't like that guy.
There's one thing. There's one thing that we'll get to at the end of the movie that I didn't care for on Simone's part. I was very, very disappointed in her, and we'll get to it at the end of the movie.
Yeah, there's a scene at the end that is bonkers. This is bonkers. It's hilarious to watch. All right, so this is a real movie. So the movie opens up basically at the funeral. Well, hold on. We see Monica, who is played by Raven Goodwin. She's sitting on a bench. She's chilling, like watching people in the park or what have you. And her friend BB, played by K. Michelle, terribly, comes and sits next to her, and she like gives her some like words of encouragement or what have you.
But then quarter for your thoughts. Quarter for your thoughts. Like, yo, you don't even know idioms, yo. Like, what the fuck?
Yo, it's penny. It's a penny for your thoughts. But what was weird is she says that, and like, okay, that's fine. But then she's like, here's a gift for you, and it's like a big ass wind chime. I'm like, this is like a super odd gift to give someone pre-funeral. Like, it's just a mad large gift. But then they head off to the funeral, which I didn't know it was quite a funeral at first because K. Michelle is dressed like she going to the club. I was like, yo, where are you going?
You don't have friends who do that?
I don't have friends who wear their whole titties out at my dad's funeral. No, it's a bit weird. I mean, I wasn't that mad about it.
Black. She was in all black, so
yeah,
so it works.
Funeral.
Like, it works. So during the funeral, there's a woman sitting with her face covered. You can't see who she is. And everybody's listening to Monica give this speech about her father and telling things about him, like, oh, you guys knew my dad, and saying things that he said, oh, like, if you like rainbows, then you got to get used to the rain or some shit like that. Some like mad cheesy line, but that was what her dad said. And it's a heartfelt moment. And then somebody's cell phone starts ringing. And it's actually Monica's boyfriend. He forgot to turn his cell phone off, which
break up. Nope.
Like, I feel like that's like, you're okay to break up with that dude for that, right? Like that yes. Doesn't feel unreasonable to me.
That man was wrong. Evil. In many ways.
And so, she looks at him and she's like, motherfucker. And he's like, and he's an aggressive, I'm sorry. He's like, I'm sorry. Like, all right, like, nigga, you fucked up. Like, why are you mad at her? So after the funeral, this is where we get about 3 minutes and 15 seconds in. This is where I messaged the two of you yesterday, and this is exactly where Micah messaged me today, asking the same question, which was, what the fuck? Her boyfriend, the cell phone, not turner offer, goes up to her and goes up to Monica, who just buried her father, and he's like, yeah, how about we go upstairs and fuck? It's like, what? How about we go have some grief sex? And she's like, I just lost my dad. And he's like, I was just trying to make you laugh. That's not funny.
Yo, that's not a joke, yo. Where's the punchline? Where's the setup?
Ha, 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 ha.
It's more like, ha, ha, ha. Yeah, I was just kidding unless you're going to do it. Like that's basically what he did. Also, if you're going to have grief sex, you let her initiate that. You don't ask for it. That's creepy and weird. I mean, grief sex is real. Grief sex is real.
I know you just buried your dad to make you feel better. You want to suck my dick? Like, what the fuck?
How about I bury my dick in you? Like, I don't need that. Like, that's terrible. But that was the moment where I was like, oh, this movie is full of shenanigans. Got it. All right. This is going to be ridiculous. And he said it with a straight ass face too. Like, here this poor woman is like, just staring off, looking pensive. And here comes this dude. Not cool, bro. Not cool. And he's like pushing up on her too. Like, hey, I got you a drink, loosen you up. Like, ew.
You got the taco meat hanging out, right?
Right.
The shirt 3 buttons unbuttoned and shit. Like, goddamn, bro. Yo,
I'm watching the scene right now. He really does have 3 buttons.
Yeah,
his chest.
Yeah, he's got his shirt. He's got his shirt set up. Like, when I go out, when I want to look fucking cool, that's how I wear my shirt. I do 2 buttons. Like, three's a bit much. I'm not a male hooker. Like, relax. Like like this dude is wilding at this wedding or funeral.
You see the bottom of your sternum, yo. Like, what the fuck?
Like, what are you doing? And so her mom, played by Janet Hubert, comes over and she's like, yeah, it was a nice funeral. Some nigga's phone wasn't ringing in the middle of it. And he was like, my bad. I'm gonna go ahead. And you find out Monica's mom is just kind of like a bit of an asshole. Like a bit of an asshole. And, so she's kind of like, look, Mom, I'm not really trying to like deal with your bullshit today. And so you kind of get this impression that Monica's just, she's not really getting supported by many people other than her best friend, BB, played by K. Michelle. But even that is like kooky and weird. Again, I'm having a hard time taking BB seriously with her entire chest out at this funeral, much like the boyfriend, and eyelashes that are 1.5 feet long. She looks very silly to me. She just does. Please stop. And so the very next scene, we find out like that Monica broke up with her boyfriend. Like, just hard cut. I was like, I literally thought I missed something. I had to rewind. I was like, okay.
I mean, that's a gag, right? Like, that's a gag, right? Like, and before she says something like, oh no, he's fine and we'll be together forever, and then smash cut to 2 weeks later they broke up, right?
Right.
Like, I get it. That's the filmmakers being artistic.
What was the word you used? With an R. With an R. Oh, got it. All right. Just thought I'd check in. Then we meet Monica's drunk ass neighbor. And she's just drinking like peach schnapps and orange juice first thing in the morning. As you do. And I forget her name.
Mrs. Fletcher.
Her name is Mrs. Fletcher.
Right. And so Mrs. Fletcher is like, girl, I don't like people in my house. I don't like people in my business. Like, I just like to drink. And everybody know an old person who just like to drink. So she's relatable.
This woman is a trip, yo. Like, she just...
Oh, she having a good time in this role.
She is, man. She is hamming it up in her very brief appearances. She is hamming it up.
If you told me that this person, if you told me that this person, and I have no idea, if you told me this person is related to someone on the production team of this movie, I would 100% believe you.
I thought she was like probably some actress who had been around for a long time. I just didn't know who she was, but she's really just a random person.
I have no idea.
She has IMDb credits.
What's her name? What's her name?
Gail Everett Smith.
All right, I was gonna say, is it Carpenter? Because that's the director's last name. This is her aunt or her mom or some shit. Interesting. So then we come to find out
she's gonna be in an Emmett Till movie.
Okay, wow. So that's a movie doesn't need to exist, I would argue. So Monica, like at work, Monica's like a big fan of like Michelle Obama and Oprah Winfrey and like those type of, like, because that's like a recurring thing, right? Like she's all about like black woman empowerment and shit like that, which is dope. Like I got no problem with that. And she's going up against some white heifer at work. Calling someone a heifer is a great word, by the way.
A skinny white woman.
She a heifer.
I thought that was.
Yeah, she a heifer.
I thought pitting her against a skinny white woman was just.
You appreciated that?
I loved it. That wasn't an artistic.
Oh, that was.
That's 100%
intentional. That was 100% intentional. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not mad about it. It's interesting. Like they're both vying for a job to host a show called Tea Time, I think it was, and. Yeah, so this obvious like dichotomy of like a skinny white woman and the large black woman, like fighting for this job, like who's more worthy in the eyes of a quote unquote America, right? And they're replacing a very popular black woman who hosted the show for years and is retiring or whatever. Who was super fine, by the way, just incidentally. So
that's lady from the Oval, the wonderful show.
Is she the first lady?
Yeah.
They be boxing. Her and the president be fighting each other and shit, like doing drop kicks and all sorts of bullshit. That show is ridiculous.
Tyler Perry's scared. And Mike, I don't know if you've seen it, but Jay is not kidding.
They legitimately he like choke slammed her on the first episode. It's wild. It's wild. Like
I'm surprised Mike hasn't seen it.
I bet his wife has seen it. She watched it.
She probably has.
Yeah,
she probably has. She's probably seen it before. I tend to tune out nonsense, guys.
Yeah. Nah, she probably was like, you know what? Let me not even bring this up to Micah. He ain't gonna watch this bullshit with me. Yeah, she's right. So yeah, they're vying for this job to host Tea Time, and there's some, like the white woman's like, we're friends. Yeah, we're both going for this. But obviously, we're both deserving. But I want to make sure that as friends, we don't go too far. And we don't resent the other person. But we go for it. But we just stay friends, which is just white women talk. I'm gonna knife your ass in the back the second you stop paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Nah, fuck that. She should have thrown her off the scaffolding right in the scene, just to make your life easier. And so then we meet the floor manager. This dude, Eric, played by Duvall Ellis. I'm just not a fan of this guy. I'm not. I don't like the cut of this guy's jib, as they say. And so he's like flirting with her, which is fine. But it like their relationship kind of gets more explained later on. It's just kind of like a one-time meeting here. Then I guess we meet like the channel manager or whatever like that, and he's just like, look, I think you're perfect for the role, Monica, but the upper people want to see who's the right person. If it was up to me, I'd pick you.
She's like, you're too nice.
Yeah, you gotta knife each other in the back.
Yeah, we put you women together so that you can fight each other for this job for our amusement. God damn it.
Yeah. Here's a knife. Fight each other. And he also mentions that her assistant quit, unbeknownst to her, and that he hired a new person, a woman named Simone, played by Amber Riley.
And then she's like, and then Monica's like, without my input. And then I'm like, yo, movie, don't do this, right? Like, don't point out your own failures in your writing and then expect us to just go with it because you know that it's wrong.
Right. Why didn't you just do an interview process and she picked her?
Right. Like, that's not. All right, movie. All right.
Like, she immediately tries to become like fast friends with Monica, right? She's just like, you're so cool. Oh my God. You're like a Michelle Obama, right? For her, right? Like, she's infatuated with her and she thinks she's like really dope. At this point, Tiara, like, you're pretty excited, right? This is your fantasy, right? Like, this is you working for Michelle Obama, right? Like you, and then slowly trying to take it, right? And slowly trying to take over her life.
I don't want that part because it would be weird considering that I consider her to be like my mom and her husband to be my dad. So no, I wouldn't want to take over her life. But like be like a mini version of her. Sure. Sign me up.
I mean,
have you read?
Why be a version of her when you can be her?
Right.
All you have to do is just take her life, put her remains in a JanSport. That's it.
God,
look at it. Ah!
You gonna ask if I read what?
No, I was gonna say, have you ever read or listened to Becoming?
Oh my God, I've listened to it like a million times.
Yeah, I need you.
Did you listen to it on a CD? Did you listen to it on a compact disc? A burned compact disc?
Right, yo, she stole it. She stole it. Stole that shit. Yo, she didn't even buy it for her, yo. She stole that. She downloaded that shit on torrent and put it on there like, here you go. No, that's unacceptable.
I know we'll get to it, but like when she was like, I saw the DVD. I was in my kitchen just like making food. I was like, DVD? I was like,
this movie came out in 2022. Yeah.
Right. Like, just get her an Audible subscription, yo. He's like, yo, I got you an Audible, yo. Here's an email.
I had to stop because I was like, I haven't heard the letters DVD in so long. I was like, what? Am I still watching the right thing? Like,
it would be as weird as like a commercial appearing in the middle of us of this movie. Like, it would be fucking strange if that's how you saw it. As your friend got you a version of it. It would be weird.
They didn't have to pay for.
Just saying it's weird. So Simone gets in an elevator and Eric is there and he's like, hey, first day, what's up? Like, he finds out it's her first day and he gets a little pet name for her. Like, I wouldn't say that he's flirting. He's just being nice. But Simone takes it as like, oh, this guy definitely wants to get in my pants.
He was being a little flirty.
Eric's a bit of a whore, if you will. A bit of a tramp.
Definitely a professional.
Definitely a professional.
Yes.
Are you? Well, you know what? I'll save it. I've got some commentary on these workplace romances that are happening in this film. Not acceptable. So Simone overhears that white woman vying for the job, and she's like Monica's no match for me. I'll Tanya Harding her if I have to. She's the fucking worst. She sucks. And so she's like bad mouthing her, even though she told her she was going to be her friend and they were all going to be on the same page and have a pact and all this other bullshit. And so Simone takes that information, stores it in her head for use later. Then we see Simone go over to Miss Fletcher's house and she's like, hey, I'm here for the room for rent. Miss Fletcher's like, what? Girl, like, I'm drunk. Like, what the hell are you talking about? And she's like, no, is this not the room for rent? And Miss Fletcher's like, no, I'm not that drunk. And then she's like, well, what about this money? And then she pulls out a roll of cartoonish money And she's like, here's $1 billion I have wrapped with a rubber band. And Miss Fletcher's like, I do love Ripple. And so she was like, come on in. And that's the last we'll see of Miss Fletcher.
I like her.
Yeah, well, you're going to have to rewind to see any more of her. That's not true. That's not
really.
true.
That's not true at all.
No, you get to see her later on. She got something to say to y'all. So then we see Monica's mom come see her, and she's like, life is really hard without your dad and everything else. And Eric comes in, and he's like, oh, here are the reports or whatever. And it's weird because he just walks right by Monica's mom without introducing himself, like some sort of fucking troglodyte. You just say hello. And so then Monica introduces him. He's like trying to put on his fucking Rico Suave shit. And he gives Monica this like, I want to fuck you later look. And her mom is like, don't have sex with people in the office. Don't have a relationship in the office. And then I bring this to Tiara. Yeah, that's right. Tiara, do you approve of a single black female having a relationship with folks in their office? Let me zoom in on your face when you say this. Go ahead. No, I'm just kidding. Go
ahead. It depends.
On what?
Depends.
On what?
What do you look like?
Hey, look, looks on everything. It's all about the personality, too.
Right. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay.
No, it's nice when he look good and has a good personality, right? Yeah, no, both things are good.
Sure. I mean, it depends on, the work culture, the position of the two people.
A missionary or like
mid-coitus?
The power dynamics there.
Yeah, yeah, power dynamics, right. Uh-huh.
In this case, I would say no, because it seems like this dude I can't tell if he like works under her or whatever.
No, he doesn't. He's a floor manager, so he's probably independent. Works like for all of the shows.
Probably a contract. Yeah,
sure.
He's probably like contracted.
Then fine. I mean, sure.
Would you do it? Would you do it?
Go ahead.
Not with him because he looks like a sloppy kisser. So no.
What a random statement. What a random statement. I mean, I'm here for all shade on this guy, as I'm not a fan of his.
He just looks like he would just like try to eat my face. So no.
I love how you're like, nah, yo, he's a sloppy kisser. Like, that's it. That's it for this dude.
I mean, but like, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, that I was working with someone who looked like, Idris Elba or Jason Momoa or Chris Evans.
Well, listen to this office staff member.
Right. What the fuck? He's got a bunch of fucking models working at this Houston television station.
small Houston television station. Yeah.
Hey, look, Southern men are very attractive, even though none of the men I mentioned are Southern. But
yeah,
look, let's just say, listen, but maybe if it was those three, I don't know. Maybe, sure.
Interesting.
Yes, definitely.
Sure, maybe. Yes, definitely.
I approve. We don't even look. We don't got to. We don't have to tell.
You shallow
between us.
You shallow. You
are shallow.
You shallow as shit.
I don't.
Duh.
What do you want me to say?
Yeah.
That is exactly what I wanted you to say. That's exactly what I wanted you to say.
I mean, I might like those men are attractive as fuck. Yes, all three of them.
Interesting. Wow. All right, relax.
Jesus.
Relax. We're gonna lose our ability to monetize this episode on YouTube. You gotta relax. Because we never say anything offensive. So then we see a scene with Monica taking a box of, I forget her boyfriend's name, was it Andre or something? Or her ex-boyfriend. Yeah, his stuff to him in a back alley. And she's just like, take this teddy bear, nigga. And he's like, look, I didn't mean to sleep with this woman at the club. And she's like, I got a picture of you going, balls deep on this woman. And he was like, I don't even remember that. Like, I just went to the club. I was gyrating. Next thing I know, shit got fucked up. My bad. I'm sorry.
Did y'all believe him?
I don't know.
I had a feeling of what was happening. So
that's right, Micah. That's the right answer. You never believe when cheating ass men like that.
Oh no, she should. That's another question you asked. She should have definitely not believed him. I don't know what happened, nigga. That is not an answer to fucking another woman. That's not an answer. My bad. Like, nah, yo, come on, no. And she got furious with him, and she took back her New Edition shirt, which is a pretty good shirt, by the way. I like that shirt. It was cool. She should have taken it back. Fuck that dude. She goes home, and as she's coming in, here comes her new neighbor, Simone. And she's like, oh, hey, girl, that's crazy. That's crazy. What's up? And she was like, I just moved in here, Mrs. Fletcher, accepted my fucking comic roll of money, my Monopoly money, and let me live here. But she's out of town. Like, so, you can't see her or anything, which is not weird at all. And so she's like, yeah, like, you want to hang out? You want to get to know each other? That'd be cool. You want to get a bite to eat? And so she's like, nah, but like, let's go drink at my house. This is Monica saying this. And so they go over to Monica's house and they just drink, I don't know, a handle of vodka. So while
like, what
Monica
is Monica
gets
doing?
sad,
Like, you're her boss and you just met. Like, this, like, when I was watching this scene, in fact, I have the scene on right now. I was like, this is kind of like for real unprofessional. Like, why are you just because she's your neighbor doesn't mean that you invite her over for wine or whatever.
It's a bit like crazy naive.
You don't know this woman's last name, yo. like, what is going on?
You just start telling her stuff? Like, no. Come
so
on.
you're not invite. So hold on. All right. You're not inviting your coworker, or excuse me, your employee, to have drinks at your house with you.
Let me ask you something.
Not when I just met them yesterday.
Let me ask you something, Jay. You just hired somebody.
No,
you invite that person.
No.
Yeah, exactly. You know why? Because you got common fucking sense.
Yeah, no, I do. Full of common sense. My brain is
like,
full of it.
Just this whole scene is just like red flags for, and like just it's just waiting. It's an HR issue waiting to happen. Like this whole scene.
Yeah, I don't like. I would have the people who work for me over to my house, but it's got to be like a cookout, and like everybody got to be there. I ain't gonna have one of y'all over my house, like
y'all ain't
at
friends?
night. Like at night, nah, I don't trust this woman. She trying to stab you.
See, and this is where this story versus single white female kind of breaks down. This is why the story in single white female is better, because like it is common for people to put ads in papers and to just like for strangers to just like meet up and become roommates.
Right.
Whereas this has too many like, well, what about the fact that there's a work relationship here, and
right.
What about like it just
the lines cross too much.
Right. It doesn't make sense for it. Like it takes you out of the realm of plausibility. And I know I'm saying that
for a lifetime
movie.
Right.
But
I can't believe the writing in this.
Like if you're gonna rip off single white female, just rip off single white female. Like
yeah, like if you like that aspect, like it makes sense for why they would be quote unquote fast friends, right? Like that happens all the time. Yeah, the boss to employee dynamic doesn't bode well for this kind of relationship, except for Tiara, because she's 100% friends with all of the people that work for her.
I mean, I have people who kind of work under me, and I'm friendly with them.
They hang out. Y'all hang out on the weekends.
No, because we all work remote.
Mm-hmm. Did you
And
ever?
Nope.
Damn. See, you're a cruel boss.
And also like I wouldn't invite people over to my place because I don't like people in my space. I'll go to their house though, just so I can leave.
Oh, you like Miss Fletcher. I don't want people in my business.
That's right.
Yeah, she's a drunk too.
That should give me $5,000 in Monopoly money.
She's like, yoink, thank you.
Or did she, Micah?
I mean, she got to hold it.
She got to hold it, right? Like,
then she was like, knock your ass out. It's fucked up. So then they're having wine, and again, this is like we're only 20 minutes into the movie. Like, they're like, Monica's like, they're commiserating over like how Monica's boyfriend ain't shit. It's like he fucks some other bitch, and like they're just having like mad deep conversations. Meanwhile, Simone ain't giving up nothing. Simone is like, word, like just taking notes and shit. Like, I'm gonna throw this shit back in your face later. And she's like, oh, this is my best friend BB. And Simone's like, oh, that's cool. Fuck that bitch. And she just like turned the picture over. I was like, wow, it's a bit weird. And then she sees a picture of her dad, and like she feigns like she don't know who that is. She definitely knows. Then the next day, Monica wakes up because she was crying to Simone, which is ridiculous. And she wakes up the next day, and Simone has made her breakfast. Nope.
You don't.
And she wearing her shirt. No.
You don't want your employee making you breakfast?
Nah, I really don't. I don't need that. You have no idea how relevant that is. No, I really don't. I don't need that. I just really don't.
Huh. Okay.
No.
Why is she wearing a shirt over her normal clothes, yo?
Because she love her, yo. She love her.
Like, she just like, it's not like, you put a shirt on after a steamy night, right? Like, she put a regular ass clothes on and then put that Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, Mike, and Ralph shirt on. I don't know. I don't know.
It's a bit weird. And she's like, yo, can you take my shirt off, dog? Like, can I have my shirt back? And she's like, oh, my bad. It's a little sweaty. I'll be like, you know what? You can keep that.
Especially because, like, the night before, she had that dress on. I'm assuming she didn't take a shower.
Nah, she didn't.
She just put that shirt on. I don't know.
Also, she lives next door. Just
gross to me.
Go home.
Nah, just go home.
And then, Monica brings her some clothes. She's like, hey, I'm getting rid of these clothes, and you dress like a fucking southern bumpkin. So here's some clothes that people wear, in the normal cities.
Inappropriate. Like, just, you don't say that to people.
No, you do.
I like how I'm having more issues with all these HR problems than I am with like Amber Riley's character. Like all of the stuff.
No, like at this point in the movie, before Amber Riley starts fucking wilding, she's just an HR nightmare. You're not wrong. You're crossing too many lines. And then she holds up a dress, and Monica's like, "Oh no, you weren't supposed to get this one. This is a red dress my dad said that looked beautiful on me and beautiful on my skin. You can't have this shit." She's like, "Fuck out of here!" She like, snatches it back. She's like, "Is that okay?" And Amber Riley's character, or Simone, is like, "Yeah, it's fine. Like, I don't know why you're getting all that upset. Like, I'm not going to keep it. Like, relax, Monica." So yeah, she gives her some clothes. Again, very weird and inappropriate. But now she doesn't have to dress like a country bumpkin. So good for her. I'm going to fast forward ahead a bit.
She took the Becoming CD that was burned and put in a jewel case, and it's in the girl's car. It's in Monica's car, yo. It's in Monica's car. Like, that don't raise a red flag. Like, how the fuck did Simone break into my car and give me this mixtape of an audio book? It's in the car, yo.
No, she ain't sitting on the roof.
She ain't put it in the windshield. No, it's in the car, in the seat, yo.
Like I feel like
Like,
that's
you need
just I feel like that's just bad writing, right? They just put it there where it should have been like on the windshield, right? Like held with the windshield wiper. Like, oh, okay, cool. It's a CD. That wouldn't show her like having full access to her car and that never being questioned.
And then if you're gonna put it in the car, like question it, yo.
Right, question.
This movie's not
So
good, guys.
so in the car as she's listening to her bootleg version of Becoming, she gets a call from BB, and BB's like, "You don't think all this shit is weird? Like she had your shirt on, she was there all night, she made your ass breakfast."
At least BB was smart. I'll say that.
BB was smart. She was. She was absolutely smart, and that still made me not enjoy her on screen. I just did not.
What was it about her performance specifically?
It's too over the top, dude. It is, yo. It's too much. Like again, the third act, she was relatively fine. She was just a little too over the top. Like I felt like I didn't know she was from Love and Hip Hop, but I feel like she was just acting like she does on that show. Because I've seen clips of that show, and everyone is insane. And that's what her role felt like. It just felt like an insane person talking. No, I don't know. It just rubbed me the wrong way. That's why I don't watch those shows. Like it just. Speaking of rubbing me the wrong way, the next scene, Eric is back.
Yo, this nigga has a hair helmet on.
Yeah, yo, he's got shoe polish in his fucking hair, because he is going bald right here.
Yeah, I saw that. I noticed that. I was like, okay. I was like, you can
look,
like do something with that in post, like kind of
look. Let me tell you something. Let me speak to Mr. DeWall Ellis. Look, I get it. Having your hair is very important. You don't want to lose it. As a man who lost it here and here, just let it go, dog. It's all right. Grow a beard. You already got a beard. Just shave your head. Let it go. Putting shoe polish in your hair looks stupid. You look like a fool. You look like a fool, yo. You look ridiculous. Yo, we can see you, yo. They're using movie lights. It's mad bright in that room. Like, nah.
Right, yo. Like, it just doesn't, like you can see where areas aren't filled in properly.
Nah.
Yeah.
Also, he is overly made up. Like, you are way too made up.
Yeah, he is.
In this, especially in this scene. Because Jesus Christ, yo, you look like a porcelain doll.
He looks nuts. So he sees Simone and he's like, "Hey, what's up, first day? Remember I was talking to you the other day, but like flirting, but not flirting, but like kind of flirting maybe." And she's like, "Oh shit, yeah." So she's feeling him, right? So she's down for that. Meanwhile, Andre keeps calling Monica and he's like, "Look, I don't remember what happened when I was at the club. It'd be really convenient if you found a burned CD later of this information randomly on someone's bed that would exonerate me. But that is nor here nor there." Then we see Simone bring Monica like breakfast or whatever. She's brought her like a coffee or what have you. And she's wearing this white dress. It's weird because I don't think it's one of the dresses she gave, like that she got from Monica, but she looks very nice. Like she's not dressed like a fucking. Oh, actually, it is. It actually is one of the dresses, but she's not dressed like a bumpkin, right? And so that's kind of nice. Like she looks good. Again, it's to Tiara's earlier point. It's nice to see these women like showcased as beautiful women, right? Like that's just a nice thing, right? And earlier, again, she was dressed like a fucking country bumpkin, so that's cool.
Really, that's the word of the day, TR.
It is. Bumpkin. She's a bumpkin. When she took off that New Edition shirt, she was wearing a bumpkin dress. She fell off an apple cart in south of somewhere.
She looked beautiful in everything she wore, including her first day outfit. I was like, I'm in love. Like, protect this woman.
I mean, she was rocking a beret, right? Like I do.
She looked adorable there.
I do appreciate a woman in a hat, but Jay is 100% right. The Raggedy Ann clothing that she had on
she did look nice.
Had her New Edition shirt, It wasn't good. It
Right,
wasn't.
but that was the point. She was supposed to look that way, so that the scene with her with the tan dress, she looked dope. Like, good for her.
Maybe Janet Hubert wasn't such a villain. And by Janet Hubert, I really mean Will Smith. Maybe Simone would have been would have gotten help that she needed.
Had better clothes. Think about it.
Yeah, and a therapist. Poor Simone.
Yeah, she needs like 4 therapists on call 24/7. She needed help. God damn. So at this point, we see floor manager Eric. He's talking to Monica, and he's like, "Hey, here's some flowers. I see you got some flowers." And she's like, "Yeah, those are from my ex-boyfriend. He ain't shit." And he was like, "Oh, oh, word." She was like, "Yeah, they're pretty flowers if they were from someone nice." And he picks them up like the cheap nigga he is, and he's like, "Oh, hey, girl, I got you these flowers." And she was like, "Oh, that's so cute. That's creative. How you just took credit for something some other dude did."
Yeah, I appreciated that from his character.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. You're cheap. There's some cheap shit you would do. And so she's like, "Yeah, that's cool. Is this where he asks her out?" Yeah, I think he does, right? And he's like,
he asked her out.
Yeah, because he does like she says yes, and then he does like when she leaves, he does the lip bite. He's like, yeah, nailed it. I don't like this dude. I'm not a fan.
Not a fan.
No.
Again, he looks like someone who would eat your face instead of.
I love that that's your issue with this dude. That's so weird.
Like, just not.
I'm gonna send you this. I'm gonna send you the same video I sent Micah today.
I'm really curious as to why you don't like this man, because it feels like this man did something to you. I need to know why.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna send you the same video that I sent to Micah. I'm just telling you. You should watch his videos. Him and his wife.
Micah, do you hate this man? Do you hate this man as much as Jay does?
Not as much as Jay does. Yeah, I didn't know who he was. I didn't know. I said Jay was like, this dude's kind of an asshole, and I looked up his name, and I was like, oh yeah, he's a football player. There's a 70% chance that he's an asshole. And then I saw what position he played, and I said, oh, that's a 90% chance. What position is that, Tiara?
Wide receiver.
There you go. What I tell you.
Oh, there you go.
We didn't plan that shit, folks. Like, Tiara also knows that wide receivers are fucking assholes.
Yo, that's so funny. Wide receiver. I mean, hey.
I mean, he's not a player anymore, though.
No, he's former NFL
I don't
player.
think so. I don't think
he's
so.
Former player. That's fucking hilarious. Wide receiver, like, nailed it.
All right.
But I'm gonna send you that video. I couldn't find the one video that him and his wife did a podcast, and he was talking about how he's owed sex from her, and like, and it's not his fault that he was hitting it so hard that she got an infection or whatever. I was like, all right, you gotta relax, my dude. Like, you gotta relax. Yo, again, I feel like I'm not unjustified in my feelings towards this person. I'm just not a fan. So
okay.
Yeah, this is real life. So we see a scene where the thin white woman, she's like walking to the parking garage after getting into an argument with Monica, because Monica called her out about like being toxic, about like, oh, I thought we were supposed to be friends and all this other shit. And like in front of the woman they were trying to vie for her job, the woman they're replacing, the white woman was like, Monica, when Monica was on vacation, like, I wasn't on vacation. I was mourning my father's death. He died. Like, I was at his funeral. She's like, well, either way, like she kind of tried to shit on her. So that was the reason why Monica called her out. And that same white woman, after that argument, she's walking in the parking garage, and someone, I mean, we have no idea who it is, leaped out and grabbed her and assaulted her. More on that later. Then we see BB come over, and she's like, "Hey, girl, I got 2 bottles of wine or champagne or whatever." And she's like, "We be out to get drunk, and and then she sees that Simone is there. And this was a scene I didn't care for any of it because I felt like people don't talk like this in reality, and it was very weird to me. Now, maybe I'm not around enough very catty people. Like, maybe not. But it felt like the dialogue was a little nuts. Tiara, you are a single black female. This is your story.
Wait, are you talking about the scene was the three of them like just hanging out?
Yeah. And they were just like,
yeah, I saw this. Like I was what? No. People don't do this in real life. Oh, at least the people I hang out with don't do this in real life.
Okay, so you gonna act like your cousin don't act like this? All right.
Oh, wow.
No, she definitely does not. I cannot imagine.
Like, first of all, again, hanging out with your employee, with your best friend, they don't like each other, but also like your employee is disrespecting your best friend like that. Like, what?
Yeah,
this is again an HR nightmare, but also this woman you don't know is disrespecting your best friend like that. Come on, no, people don't like this in real life. And also, if I'm BB, we're gonna have to have a little chat about our friendship. By a little chat, I may consider ending it.
Wow. No, if I was BB, I would have just fought Simone like right there, like I just move the table and just stop fighting. Like, why not? Because they act like they wanted to punch each other in the face this entire scene.
Yeah,
it was.
And Monica
weird.
just sitting there. I'm like, what, girl? Like, tell them both to leave or whatever. But like, why? But why are you even in this situation anyway?
Yeah, it's a bit weird. It was a bit weird. But again, this whole thing was. It's like it's not how people talk. So. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna jump ahead. There's a scene. Everybody finds out the single white female after she got her ass whooped in a parking garage. She's out, and to take her mind off of it, Simone tells Monica like, "Hey, why don't we go shopping? That'll ease us down or whatever." And Monica agrees, and they go shopping, and it's just like this is a classic day that like Tiara and her friends go to Rodeo Drive because she's so rich, and they're just like,
I'm not rich.
They're like just taking pictures and shit in these fancy dress stores that nobody can afford.
My friends go to Ross. Thank you, Ross and TJ Maxx.
No,
you don't.
Match. No, you don't. No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
I
what
do.
Are you poor? What are you poor? Are you poor?
Watch it get look at it getting offended. Look at it. You don't like that shit.
Not poor.
Look. Hard pushback. Hard pushback.
Poor. Almost poor.
Almost poor. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and I'm almost rich. Right.
You are rich.
No, I'm almost rich.
No.
Don't be silly.
I out of the three of us, I look up to y'all, but y'all are the wealthy niggas on this show.
No, you look up to us because we're taller than you. You look up to us because we're taller than you.
Barely.
I
gotta stand on an apple crate. But that's all right.
Yeah, let's just go with Mike said yes, because both of you are taller than me. Sure.
Yeah, you don't.
That's the reason.
Us. Get the fuck out of here.
I got it. I believe it. So they both go shopping.
That will require you to respect us.
What?
That will require you to respect us, and we know you.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Nah,
you're right.
We already know that's a lie.
Because we're black men.
Yeah. Forget it.
As we heard a couple of weeks ago, you hate us.
No, I just happen to hate you too. I love other black men.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you love this movie. One of them ended up dead in a closet and shit. Yeah, it's fucked up.
Wait a minute. The football player didn't die? I thought he died too. Oh no.
No, he alive. So we get they go shopping. We get a little bit of a shopping montage. This is they seem to be having fun. I feel like they should have played like "I'm Too Sexy" like as the background music for this scene. It's like trying to establish them as like actual friends, right? Like they're into each other as friends. So yeah, there's that scene. Then we see Simone go home. She's clearly just like living in Miss Fletcher's house. She's so excited about the pictures that she took with Monica, like they're besties, and it's very weird.
Very weird. The next day, she who was it? Simone sees Jay's favorite human, D-Vale Ellis. His name is Eric. And he's being a flirt because that's what overly made up pretty boy dudes do, right? Like they flirt. And Simone kind of takes it like, oh, hey,
it's
I think I'm
happening.
going to ask him out. Yeah, it's happening. Things are in motion. Things are moving.
By the way,
ask him
I
out.
appreciated that little modern thing. Like, I'm going to ask him out. That's cool. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tiara.
Yeah.
Why don't you try sometime? Stop waiting on these dudes.
Might get you something. You might land a man.
Land a man. That should be the name of the website, by the way.
Oh,
a good a good dating website, landaman.com.
First of all, I have asked him out, and it's worked.
How many?
That's not relevant.
All right, one then. One dude in college with no shape up. We got it. You want to come over and play Smash Brothers? He was like, "Do I?" Yeah.
Actually,
that's not a date, Tiara.
I'm not gonna. Why would I count how many men I've asked out?
Yeah, because it's one.
Because you're ashamed. You don't have to be.
I will say that I found that men were surprised when they're like, "Oh wow, a woman asked me out." Now I don't have to like be worried about being all creepy when I talk to her. I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah. I get it. I get what you're throwing down. I got it. I got it.
Sure.
Simone goes to talk to Monica, and she's like, "Yo, I just met this dude, and I'm gonna ask him out." And Monica's like, "Oh, that's great. I'm getting ready to go on a date with Eric." And Simone is just like, "What?" And then she gets into an elevator, and this is when the movie starts. Like,
yeah, buddy.
Okay.
Yeah,
let's go.
What did she do to him? What did she do to him?
We're in the tail end of the second act. We're getting ready to kick this shit into high gear.
Yeah, she got into the elevator. She was by herself, and she was just like, she started banging on the elevator and shit. Weird fucking up angled Dutch angles and shit. Like, like, what are you doing? Like, what the fuck? Seeing all up on her nose and shit. Like, goddamn, yo.
Also, like, no one heard that. No one heard her do all that.
Apparently, Eric did. That's why he got into the elevator. I have no idea. Eric gets in, and he's like, "Oh, hey, what's up? First day? I don't respect you enough to remember your name, so I'm gonna call you First Day, right?" And then Simone is like, "Nigga, I'm Monica's assistant, and I know everything. And it'd be a real shame if I tell her that you were flirting with Wendy on the other floor." And he was like, what? And she's like, "I'm good at a lot of things, intimating that I will suck your dick." And then she reaches for it, and then just like, "But I'm not, because I'm not that kind of girl, you dumb nigga." And then she walks out, right?
Yeah, I was getting I was getting in this scene. I was getting a little bit of the loyal wife in the Man in 3B. That scene, right? Like, it's like wow, okay, like she is.
And then she was like, my name is Simone. I'm like, yeah, girl, you
tell him your name. My name ain't First Day. It ain't my first date, nigga. So that don't make sense, you dummy.
And he was like, I don't remember your name. I'm sorry.
And take off all that goddamn shoe polish, nigga.
No, he was like, I got another scene coming up though. Like, I need it. And
so
I'm sorry, but like his hair, because you can still see his scalp. Like, you can see, you can see things balding. So whatever he's using isn't working.
Yo, let it go. Just let it go.
Well, you can't use too much, because if you use too much, then your hair is shiny. Yeah. And you can't have your
hair is shiny anyway.
Nah,
So,
yo, not that
Nah,
kind of shiny.
there's been one where
Oh.
it's like if I put shoe polish on my head, like it shit looks crazy. Like you can't do that.
yeah, yo, look at bad Beijing, yo. It's nah. Nah, it's like
Oh.
somebody dipped your head in fucking black oil. It's not.
You look nuts.
It's not.
Oh shit. I appreciate him going the last mile here on the look, but like yo, you gotta relax. You gotta relax.
You gotta calm down. Just cut it off if you can't be like me and just like live with a fucked up hairline. Just cut it off, yo. So the two of them go out on a date, right? And Monica told Simone to go pick up her dry cleaning and put it in her house, which is fucking weird, yo. Like I used to have not an assistant, but an intern that would, between me and my coworker, we shared an intern, and she would like get us coffee and stuff. But like, yo, I'm not having her pick up my personal dry cleaning and then drop it off in my house. It's fucking weird.
She would get you coffee? Really?
She asked. She was like, "You guys need any coffee?" And I was like, "I don't drink coffee, but
get me one anyway. Give me one anyway. I'll pour it out."
Yeah, get me one, my white slave, and just so that I can have it.
I'm gonna leave it here. You better get it together.
So Monica is on a date with Eric. Simone is dropping the clothes off, and then she sees the dress that Monica told Simone never, ever, ever, ever put on. So of course, she puts it on. She puts it on, and she starts dancing. Okay. Meanwhile, Erica and Monica come home, and and they start getting it on, and Simone has to hide, right? So she hides in the closet, and she's saying, "Yo, I was not paying attention to this when you guys said it earlier. I wasn't paying attention to this. Yo, she really is fucking flicking the bean, watching
yes,
women. And
oh shit, no. Oh Lord, he a wide receiver too. Oh Lord,
ew, stop."
I'm just filling in dialogue, man. I'm just filling in dialogue. Yeah, I mean, good for her, I guess. Bit weird.
For who?
A bit weird.
Simone?
Yeah, a bit weird for Simone. I'm saying good. I'm saying good for Monica to be getting her back blown out. Apparently not for long. Not for long. So
yeah, that dude was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Like how desperate you got to be in a movie just to be like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I know I'm only a 1 minute man, but it was so good."
Like that's embarrassing, you know. Like I don't care who you are. That's not good. That's not good at all. She was like, "It's okay. It's not okay. No woman who says it's okay believes it's okay. Like, knock it off. You don't got to go for 4 hours, but like, you gotta last longer than it takes to pop popcorn, my nigga. Like, come on, yo. Like, yo, that's unacceptable, dude. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. Just saying.
I mean, when you put it like that,
Yo, that's fun.
Just saying, yo. As we learned on this show previously, I forget what episode it was. That Terrence put on a timer for 5 minutes. 5 minutes is a long time, right? Like it doesn't sound like a long time, but a minute. Come on, yo.
I need all the men. I need all the men who follow BOBC in the Discord group to give your opinions on what Jay said. Is being a 1 minute man, fellas, is being a 1 minute man a terrible thing?
Now every dude in there,
a 1 minute man gay, like
right? Like, every dude. No, for me, it's at least 3 hours. Yeah,
ain't nobody gonna say that. First of all, don't say anything ludicrous, right? Don't say anything ludicrous. Don't even say 2 hours. Don't say 2 hours.
That's a lie, yo. That's a lie.
What about an hour?
If I have an edible, yeah. Longer.
Let me tell you
Yes.
something, yo. Let me tell you something.
And it's like you don't want it to be that long. You don't want it to be that long.
When I used to take Mojo Rising, right? When I used to take Mojo Rising,
Sorry.
that shit don't wear the fuck off,
Please.
yo. It don't, yo.
Wait.
It doesn't. And that woman in there, right there, when I was saying, she was like, "Are you done yet?"
Yeah,
like,
dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, nah,
Like,
yo,
it's
that's TV bullshit fantasy. Yo. Like, nah, yo, nobody wants that.
What is
It's
Mojo? What is Mojo Rising?
It's a gas station dick pill, yo. It's a gas station
exactly
dick
what
pill.
you think it is. It's exactly
No,
what
you
you think
didn't.
it is.
No, you
Of
didn't.
course I did. I took it multiple
you
times.
didn't.
Got it.
No, but okay. One, you need to listen to the episode of Airing Grievances because he gives more details. Because I'm not going to give it away here, but it's not just taking Mojo Rising. There's more to that story, which makes it worse. It makes it way worse.
I feel like if I listen to the episode, I don't know, Mike. I may end up looking at you a little bit differently. I think I'm just going to start.
Nah, you will look. You will look down on him as you should. As you should. He's a morally repugnant human being. You know, he is.
I'm not answering any questions.
Was everything
I'm
okay?
not answering any questions about it. I'm not answering any questions about it. You're going to have to listen. There you go. All you people listening right now, you're going to have to subscribe to
that episode is wild.
Oh God!
Because he tells that story on that episode, and I had never heard it before. So my reaction is 100% honest. 100% honest.
Like, how old were you when you took it?
No, I'm not answering any questions. You're gonna have to listen to it.
This nigga's an adult. Like,
let me just calculate how long you've been married and how long you.
That should be all you need to know. That should be all you need to know.
Yeah, that's it. That's enough.
It was with my current wife. It was with my current wife.
Yep.
That's all you need to know.
You're only 40. Oh no. Oh, okay.
Oh no.
Hey, look. Did you have a good time?
At first, and then it's like tiring, yo. Like, look. All the details are in that episode. I'm not gonna get into it here. I'm not gonna give it away. No. I need y'all. I need y'all to subscribe. God damn it.
Yeah. Yes. I will say, look, a minute unacceptable. Like, if I have an edible, sometimes it's like it's over an hour. It's unacceptable. I'm just like, all right. Let's fucking wrap it up. Let's wrap it up. But a minute. Why'd you even take your pants off? Like, knock it off. Like, what's the point?
I have nothing to say to that, actually.
No. This episode is named after you. I will just not to be too crass, because I don't want to put you in a bad position. What is the ideal amount of time? If you have to give a range, what is an ideal amount of time?
With your ideal man.
Yeah. Not some scrub on the street.
Yeah, not some,
And don't say Jason Momoa because you'd be like 4 days. Relax. Like some regular loser you'd be with. Super Smash Brother type dude.
Losers. Funny. The person that I'm looking at right now, like on my phone.
It's some Instagram nigga. All right, here we go.
First of all, this person's a real person.
No, they're not.
And it's someone who is like literally the most beautiful person I've ever seen.
Are real people. So.
I mean, like in a sense that this person is so just amazing.
All right, just get to your answer.
I would say like maybe like an hour or so. Like that's because I get tired too. So
everybody does, yo. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
I mean, an hour, even an hour is like it's kind of long.
I would say if you can hit the 30-minute mark, you're doing pretty damn good. That's what I would say.
An hour is 2/3 of this movie.
You're right. You pumping until they get to the crazy. Until people start ending up in Jan Sport bags. That's when they show up.
Yeah.
Actually, right now, like right?
Yeah,
You have to
this
have
scene-
you have to be going from the time this movie starts until she fakes coming in to her apartment like, oh, I thought I forgot the keys. Like,
I'm not gonna give too much details of what I'm thinking in my head, but from start to finish, for what will work for me, an hour is fine.
all right, there you go.
yeah, start to finish.
Yeah, start to
Including, like,
finish.
including preamble, right? like not you ain't trying to read the whole fucking story.
Like
right?
I don't need you. I don't need someone to dig me out for an hour straight. I'm good.
All right, all right, relax with the Baltimore it's slang. Jesus.
Yeah.
All right,
Jesus
goddamn.
Christ. All right, calm down. Calm down.
Yo, all right,
A little
wow.
class. A little class.
Right. Good Lord. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Yo, don't use that term ever again. Yo, this is like wildly unacceptable.
Jesus Christ. Children listen to this show, T.O. God
Yeah,
damn.
you used to be one when you started listening to this show. This is unacceptable.
I was 20, turning 21.
Yeah,
I wasn't a
you
child.
weren't. Yeah, exactly. You couldn't even drink.
In fact, back then, well,
All right,
College
all
fest.
right. Yeah, relax. So we get a scene now of here's where the crazy starts fucking moving at a clip here as we hit the hour mark. Eric is at work and Simone's like, "Hey, how'd your date go?" She like shows up like a serial killer. Like he moves something and she's standing right there and shit. And she's like, "How did the date go with Monica last night?" He was like, "Yeah, it went well. You know, everything was good. And, you know, 1 minute in and I was done, but whatever." And she was like, "Yeah, I'm glad it went well. Good for you. She tells me everything, maybe next time you need to work on your time, get your time up." And I was like, "Oh,
Get your cardio up. You used to be a wide receiver. Get your cardio up. That shit is unacceptable.
yeah, man. Like, come on. His conditioning.
How the hell you gonna run a route? You can't even keep it up for a minute.
Yo, a minute is wild. A minute is wild. I would be embarrassed. I feel like
if
I'd be
someone said that
embarrassed.
to you,
What's that?
if someone told you to get your time up,
If it only lasted a minute, I'd be like, "Oof, what happened? What happened? Give me another chance. Put me in, coach."
maybe he was just really, really excited.
Mm-hmm. I mean, look, that's true. Like he might be.
Hey,
But
fellas,
you gotta,
there's
like-
nothing
you gotta,
to be
like-
ashamed of.
Nah, you got like if you that
So
excited.
you can't even say that shit with a show. You
See,
couldn't
yeah,
say
right,
it without
yeah.
laughing.
Yeah,
Hey,
you not.
fellas, there's nothing to be ashamed of. You couldn't even
I mean,
get it
like,
out. Yo.
I wouldn't
Couldn't
laugh
even get it out.
at someone. I would just
Yo, you were just laughing right now at nobody.
That's sad. That's sad.
I
A
was
minute
like,
is
in
wild.
person, I would
man. A minute is
I
wild.
would just I'd be like, hey, let's just try again.
He's not a wind up doll. Yo, he gotta have some like. You gotta get that man
That's
like
fine.
some
You know,
ginseng.
Yeah,
like
we can
gotta
always
get him-
do it again. It's
You got to get him some Mojo Rising. That'll show your ass.
look.
going down to the Exxon and get that Mojo Rising and come on back.
And get some Spite Viagra. That'll show you.
Bite
Oh, I'm so good. I feel like have I listened to the episode? No, I couldn't have, because there's no way,
yo.
like that.
No.
There's no way I could get
No.
something like that.
No, if Micah dies before me, I will 100% petition whoever is left on this earth to carve Mojo Rising into his gravestone. Like, if I have to do it myself with a chisel at night, I will.
I mean, I got to pull a Simone. I got to pull a Simone on your ass.
You first, nigga. So then we see a scene like for again, Simone's like, "You need to get your time up, nigga." And so he's like, "Damn, she told her? That's fucked up." And he's sad about it. His Beijing ain't popping like he thought it was. It's kind of fucked up. He's sad. Then we see a scene that BB is doing some research on Simone, and she's like, "Ooh, I'm gonna get her." And like the scene, like again in this third act, like BB is turned down and she's much more reasonable. Like K. Michelle does just a much more reasonable job. Then we see Andre calling. He's like, "Look, I got the DVD of me at this club. Just call me back, like so you can see what happened." And like, she was just like, "Nah, I'm gonna block you." Monica was like, "Nah, I'm just gonna block you. Like, I don't want to talk to you." And so then we see Andre comes to the house and Simone is there and he's and he's like, yeah, like, oh shit, is you were from the club. And she was like, yeah, I was from the club, whatever. And he like walks away like, fuck that. And she just cracks him in the back of the head with a fire extinguisher.
With like the lightest fire extinguisher in the world.
Yeah.
Like that shit looks super, like this shit might as well have been a blow up fire extinguisher.
Practically. Later on, she hits K. Michelle with something in the back of the head. It's fucking hilarious. Then we see Monica making what I would argue, and this is just a pet peeve of mine, the weakest carafe of coffee I've ever seen. It is quite literally light brown. What are you even doing? Who made that on set? Who made it? Like, who made that coffee? That's horrible. It's too light. Put your back into it. And so then we see a scene where Monica's mom meets up with Simone. My God, how does she know her?
Da, 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 da.
And Simone is wearing here's a twist. And Simone's wearing that red dress. And Monica's mom is like, here's $100,000. To get the fuck out of here. Because it turns out.
Not enough.
No, go ahead.
Not enough.
Oh, it's not enough money?
No. $1 million.
$1 million?
For Simone, yes.
Nah, I'm gonna take the 100.
So much in her life.
Nah, I'm gonna take 100 grand. She's from a dot next to Richmond, She ain't from nowhere. I'll be like, $100,000 gonna change your whole ass life. I'm gonna take that money. So she's like, look, here's $100,000. Beat it, because you are the child that my husband and your slut mother made when he cheated on me. And she's like, I'm not gonna take your money. And then the mom walks away and she just starts screaming in the restaurant like she ain't got no goddamn sense. And then she goes home and she starts like breaking shit, which was fucked up. Then we see a scene of Eric coming to talk to Monica, and he's like, "Oh, you told your assistant that I didn't give my time up. Like, what's the deal with that?" And she was like, oh, "What did she tell you? I mean, you do, but like that's fucked up." She was like, "Oh my God, Simone was there that night. That's how she knew." And so she remembered the interaction she had with her.
Dumbass finally putting 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, they make Monica way too naive, I think.
Yeah.
And then we see Simone coming to see Monica's mom, and she's like,
"This is the most hilarious thing I've ever seen in my. This is the best part of the movie for me."
Go ahead.
So we see Simone coming to see Monica's mother, and they get into an argument, right? And she's like, "You need to get out, right? You need to get out of here." And Simone is like, "Let me show you what happened to the last time somebody told me to get out." And then she pulls out a fucking gray JanSport. And then, bam! It's just a head in there. It's just a head in a bag,
a bloody head.
It's a decapitated, bloody head in a backpack.
Of Mrs. Fletcher's head.
Mrs. Fletcher. Which is why she was like, "Ooh, Mrs. Fletcher stinks." It was because her rotting carcass was sitting in a closet, right? It's amazing how it stunk. But like the smell didn't like kind of waft over to, or just waft over to Monica's side of the house, because they live in one of those houses that's separated by an internal wall.
Right.
So I don't understand. Right. You just smelled a dead body there. But all right, whatever. Yo, she's just rolling around with a head in a backpack, yo. Like, I needed more of this in this movie.
This is right. This is what I wanted. Like, give me the crazy. And this is that third act where they're like, all right. We know what y'all been waiting on, the bullshit. And then like they give it to you, right? They give you the nutty shit.
Right.
She goes in, Monica goes in, smells the like dead body, and it's like, what's going on? She then sees the red dress laying on the bed, and she sees another burned DVD, as Tiara loves to talk about, because they're just everywhere in this fucking movie. Nobody's got a goddamn flash drive to save their life. And so she's like,
who has a DVD player? Who has a DVD player in 2022?
Yo, my DVD player, quite literally, is laying in a box, like just off screen. Like I haven't plugged it in. In what feels like a decade. For what?
Does my PlayStation count?
Nah, yo, it doesn't.
No, I don't even really use it. Oh, okay, then.
Exactly. That's why it don't count. No, out of here, yo.
I mean, she could even send her like a Google Drive link with
Google Drive. I sent you a link of a crime.
Just a piece of paper with a link on it.
Yeah. Just go here.
With a link written out. So then you gotta type the fucking long ass Google Drive link.
Like, yo, just send just put a tablet up with the link already ready. Come on.
I mean,
So it's funny. Monica, she's like, oh, it's a secret DVD. I got to find a DVD player. So she finds one at Mrs. Fletcher's house, because Mrs. Fletcher's old school. Like, she's still tried to drink herself to death. So she still had a DVD player plugged in and shit. So she plays the DVD, and it's the video from the club that Andre had, right? And it's weird because it's hilarious because clearly this movie is low budget. Like, the club has like 7 people in it, and everybody's in there just like just kind of walking around and shit. It's just kind of funny to me. They all sitting on like one couch. It's like someone's basement. And she sees Simone in the video, or she sees a woman sit down next to Andre, and she picks up the remote. And I found this curious. She picks up the remote and hits a few buttons, and then in the next scene, it's zoomed in. Was that the zoom button? Did she hit the zoom button on the video, or did the video change angles? And they were like, these two look really interesting at this club. But I think it's a zoom button, which is not a thing. So she zooms in.
Who is like recording this? Like, this is
security camera footage.
That's surveillance. That's surveillance. Yeah. That's
so she sees Simone and she's like, oh shit, she must have fucked my boyfriend. Like, but he still like she never found out about like she drugged her or something, like, or she drugged the boyfriend. All she knows is that she was there. So like, by all accounts, all she knows is like her boyfriend was like, ooh, Simone, and then it was like, I'm gonna fuck Simone. Like, that's all she knows. She has no other information, which is weird. Monica calls BB and she's like, this bitch is crazy. And BB's like, yo, I looked her up. She is crazy. I Googled that bitch. And so she's like, I gotta go. Simone is here now. Girl, if you don't run, what do you do?
If you don't get the fuck out of there.
Why you go to your office? Go to your office.
And then BB, so BB calls somebody to get information, to get confirmation that Simone is crazy. Who the fuck did she call?
She found someone who was friends with her on Facebook, and apparently they had their phone number public, which is a security issue.
What the fuck?
She just called and was like, yo, you friends with this crazy person? And she was like, no, I'm not. That chick's crazy. It's like, yeah, I know. Word.
So why are y'all Facebook friends?
Right, like, I mean,
why you still Facebook friends? 2, why you got your information on Facebook public that I can just call your ass up? 3, why do you pick up random numbers that you don't know who it's from? 4, why are you having a fucking conversation about someone you know is crazy with another fucking stranger, yo? Like this. I don't know, yo.
I mean, in fairness, sometimes
Also,
we all have friends on Facebook that we know are crazy, that we are still friends with. Some more than others. And you know, like this is just
you gotta leave her alone, yo. You gotta leave her alone.
Who?
Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Leave it alone.
That's not who I was talking about, but anyway.
Well,
See?
Well, maybe I need to leave her
Yeah,
alone.
all right then. See how I changed it up to throw you under the bus? That's who I meant. But anyway. Of course it's all right. What the fuck? Like, come on. So then, like, yeah, BB calls this random Facebook user and was like, she crazy? Word? Yeah, she crazy. And she was like, cool, that's all the confirmation I need from random woman on the internet.
But also, like, why do we have this scene when BB already knew that Simone was crazy?
Sometimes you need confirmation.
BB seems very self-assured, though. Like, we just didn't need this, but okay.
Again, I feel like this, like, they're trying to give BB this, like, face turn where she's not ridiculous. Like, and it's working for me. It's working for me. Because earlier I was like, it was not working. So Monica goes outside, like, alone, and she runs into Simone, and Simone is like, yeah, bitch, I'm crazy. Like, what the fuck?
And then Monica turned her back on her. I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, and then she hit her with some chloroform. What? Like, yo, I'm not walking outside. They're outside in the scene from the beginning of the Thriller video. Like, where are you? Yo? Get inside.
She said the one thing that you can only say in a situation where you need to chloroform someone. Night, night, bitch.
Right. I mean, in fairness, like, you got to do that. This movie is nuts.
This movie's great.
This is a 4 out of 5 for you.
Yo, I'm like, where has this Simone been, yo? Where's this Simone been on screen? Like, we've got little, like, hints of it off camera. Nah, I need this Simone to be here more often. Fucking night, night, bitch.
But this is what I wanted the whole time. Like, I think the better way to play this movie, like, if you're gonna do this storyline, you needed more solo scenes of Simone crazy, right? Just like her responding, being like, like she's just like, she's getting mad in her office, like she's just fucking mad, like when nobody else is around, like talking to herself and shit like that, like to kind of seed that, like, oh, this woman's totally nuts. And you know, she's got the cloth in Monica's mouth. You know, Monica's like, could anybody hear me? You know, like she's like freaking out. Understandable. And Simone is like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take over your life, girl. She's like, look, this shows me that you had a loving family. And Monica's trying to reason with her, like, well, it's not too late. We could still be friends. I'm like, I'm crazy. I'm not stupid. Like, come on. And so, BB comes in and she smells the rotting corpse, and she finds Mrs. Fletcher headless. And
I didn't think they would do it. I didn't think
I didn't think so either.
Headless body, yeah. Like, oh shit, like, more of this, please.
Yeah, I didn't think they'd go there.
Ridiculous.
And then laying next to him is the dead boyfriend or ex-boyfriend, Andre.
Yeah. I mean, I needed his head to be cut off too, yo. Like, I need you to like you know how crazy you got to be to decapitate somebody?
You got to be pretty insane, dude. Like,
because like decapitating somebody, like, unless it's in like, the gallows, right? Like, that's for proof of death. You've already killed the person, right?
Right.
And now you're just taking a trophy at this point.
I mean,
unless Simone this is Rambo 4.
This is why Simone is such a great assistant, right? Because she's clearly very thorough and thinks ahead.
She's thorough.
She thinks ahead.
Yeah, all right.
Shut up, yo.
Shut up. You got You were sitting there that whole time thinking that shit up.
You're very proud of yourself.
Yo, you were sitting there mad quiet. She was like, I'm about to tear this up.
It didn't hit me what I said until I said it. I love myself.
I love myself. Self-love is important. BB calls Monica and Simone picks up and she's like, I'm gonna kick your ass, bitch. And she's like, come kick my ass, bitch. Like they start having like a weird like love and hip hop argument. Like it's just strange. And she's like, I am gonna come over there. It's like, all right, I'm murdering niggas over here, like just so you know. But she didn't kill Janet Hubert. So she let her live, and then we get another scene of Mrs. Fletcher's head in a bag. And then all right, look, I'm no expert, but none of the things I'm about to say next makes any sense. She then takes out a bottle of formaldehyde, right? And she starts pouring it everywhere. She's like we can't, if we can't be a family in life, we're gonna be a family in death. I'm gonna light us all on fire. Yo, is formaldehyde known to be flammable? Like it just like why don't you just get gas or like just regular alcohol? Like she's just like, why formaldehyde? Like it's such a weird thing. Were you trying to preserve Mrs. Fletcher's head in that bag? Like why did you even have that? It seems odd. But she starts pouring it everywhere so she can start a fire and kill everybody. Monica's constantly trying to like negotiate with her. There is a scene where I was mad confused because there's a scene of 4 women in a liquor store. And then I realized like that was irrelevant to what I was watching.
I mean, I was like, what the fuck is going on here? This is a wild turn.
I was like, yo, what the fuck happened? So back to the movie.
None of these women look like the other one.
I thought it was a flashback. Yeah, I quite literally did. I was like,
who the hell is this creepy person in the hoodie?
Right. I didn't understand what was happening. It was very odd. Yeah, the version I watched on Lifetime Live was just very strange. Then we come to find out Simone killed Monica's father after he like confessed like, oh my bad, I was terrible, I wasn't a good father because I just slept with your mom, I busted a nut after 1 minute, I had to get my time up and made you, but then I went and lived with my real family, so like my bad, girl. And she was like, oh, can I come live with y'all? And she was like, her dad was like, you putting a lot of pressure on me. Like, I don't need all that. And for some reason, Simone just had like shit in her bag to just like murder a person. She was just like, let me just slip this roofie in that stopped his heart. So I guess it was next to her hot sauce in her bag or whatever. I don't know. Like, as you
her, what the fuck? She committed patricide, yo. What the fuck?
I mean, but you just heard you heard her story. Like he basically just abandoned her, didn't give a fuck. So
move on. Move on. What the fuck?
Nah. She was like, Simone was like, nah, fuck that.
One of them definitely moved on from this earth.
Well, he didn't make it. Killed that nigga in a Bennigan's or whatever. Like this shit is unacceptable. Fucked up. So as Simone is like, can we like get together? Monica's lying to her. And this is some of the worst acting in the movie, but I enjoyed it. BB snuck up behind her and cracked her in the head with like a vase or whatever. And the way Simone falls and reacts to it is
that was so
stellar
bad.
acting. Stellar acting.
I was like,
this shit is amazing. Cause she gets hit and she's got that like she just falls out. That shit trips me out. I love a good overreaction. Right? She's like, oh shit. And BB was like, yeah, that's right, I knocked your ass out. And BB comes in and saves the day. She saves Mrs. Monica's mom. And like everybody gets up and they're running down the stairs to get away. Even though by the time they're walking out the room, Simone is like well and awake at that point. And she's so awake that she has time to light a fire with the formaldehyde. And she's like, yeah, y'all gonna get it. And then we see a scene of Monica and her mom hastily making it down the stairs with no problem. And then BB is on her way down the stairs as well. And we see Simone coming behind her. And it is...
This was the worst slow speed chase.
Right. Yo, she's literally 3 steps behind her. I was like, is that Simone? Like, who's the fourth person? Oh, this is the person trying to murder.
Fucking heels off and fucking high step your ass, goddamn them steps, man.
She's like,
you better get the fuck out of here. Stop trying to look cute, yo. Like somebody trying to kill your ass. Stop trying to look cute. And
she like, it's weird because I'm like, yo, she could have just like dove and knocked her down the stairs, right? Like just killed BB. But she didn't, and they waited till they got to the bottom of the stairs, and then they got into a little, into a fight where they're both trying to choke each other.
They got into a wrestling lockup.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. And then fucking BB gets her ass fucking tossed up. It's just like, yo, you are not in the right position in this fight. And literally, BB gets her head smashed into the ground till she stops moving. I was like, you took on a person out of your weight class. She fucking handled her ass. And then all of a sudden, Monica stabbed her with a pole.
Yeah, like a pipe, yo.
Yeah,
up.
Damn,
that was fucked up.
This part was so abrupt that like I missed a couple minutes, and then like the credits started rolling. I was like, wait, what happened? Is Simone okay? Did she live?
She bled out. Like she hit her ass with a pipe in the stomach, and she bled out. Like shrug,
man.
Monica
I thought
BB
died. I thought BB died, right? And like they were like, because we immediately cut to a funeral or to a cemetery,
right?
And I'm like, oh shit, did BB die? And no, it's them going to their dad's funeral plot,
gravesite,
and then we're at the end of the movie, and
thank God.
And Monica is the new host, and they show all of the cast or whatever, and I am very surprised when I see this white woman sitting here clapping, like giving her little fake, clap, her fake faux, like, yeah, I'm proud of you, girl. Right. She's doing that. And I have a problem, and this is where I have a problem with Simone. You bludgeoned a man to death, right? You decapitated an elderly woman
for no reason. For no
reason. You gonna let this white woman live?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
That's a great point. That's a great point. Keep
Talk about it.
Kill her too.
Talk about it.
Right. She'd have been the first one to die. Because she was trying to Tanya Harding your sister, nigga. She was trying to Tanya Harding your sister. She said it. It. I don't want to have to, but I would Tanya Harding that black bitch. She said that shit.
It would have been kind of dope. Like if this was like a real R-rated movie, she'd have cracked her right in the fucking in the kneecap with an ass baton, just like Tanya Harding had that done to Nancy Kerrigan.
Yeah, man. There for that. I was very night bitch, bam, and then just fucking kill her ass, man.
But no,
I was very disappointed in Simone.
Me too. You know, that's her one flaw in this movie. She didn't kill the white bitch.
Yeah, man. She didn't kill that white woman. That was literally a threat to your sister
for the first time and only. Yeah, and then the movie ends with tea time with Monica, and everyone is happy because Monica won. Yay! And she apparently has the charisma to warrant this. Okay.
All right.
This is a movie, guys.
That was a movie.
That's a movie.
Yeah.
See how we just ended like that? You see how we just ended like that? That's just how the movie ended.
Yeah. It It's not a lot left after that. It's just like
it
credits.
literally goes to the credits, and it's like, thanks, guys.
Yep. All right, so we're definitely going to do a movie that's not terrible next. So
I didn't think this was terrible. I thought this was fun.
Oh, it's fun. It's not a good movie.
Good time. It's not a good movie, but I had a good time.
It's a good Lifetime movie,
especially the last 20 minutes. I mean, is it?
Yeah, this is a good Lifetime movie.
I don't know. I've never seen a Lifetime movie before. I never saw that Aaliyah one. I never saw that TLC one. I never saw the Wendy Williams one.
Well, those are Bibles. Those are different. But like a thriller like this, yeah, this is pretty good.
Yeah, this is probably on par for most of those, to be honest.
Honestly, I needed a little more.
Crazy.
I needed a little more ridiculousness, right? Like I feel like these types of movies. The last one that I saw that I really had a good time with was Fatal Affair. With
that was pretty good.
With Nia Long and Omar Epps. I had a really good time with that one because Omar Epps was fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. I need more. I need more Carl Weber movies. That's what I need.
No, he got that TV show, man. And Clifton Powell apparently is dead because I follow Carl Weber on Facebook.
What?
And yeah,
like in the show.
No, in the show.
Oh, I'm like, nigga, what the fuck? Like,
no, he's not dead. No.
I was about to be like super upset about that. I'm like, that dude is a great villain. He's a great villain.
Yeah, he is. But I need more Carl Weber things. But he's focused on TV now. So,
all right. Well, God damn it.
What about what do we need? Do we need movies of Quan Mills books?
We do not. That nigga's a problem. Man. That nigga is a super problem. Man. Like I need one. I need one of them. I need one to be made.
I need one, right? Like I need one, right? I don't even know if those books are real, but the covers
they're
are
real.
Hilarious.
They are real.
They are real.
They are real.
I need one, right? I need one, right? Like my granddaddy came in his aunt's dog or some shit like that. Like
that dude's books are nuts.
That nigga's wild, yo.
I'm just opening some of just Amazon. Old Thought Next Door is a book that he did in 2020. This hoe got roaches in her crib. That was a more famous one.
What?
Yeah. CNA Thoughts. I don't know what CNA Thoughts is. Oh, these are on Kindle Unlimited. TR, don't you have Kindle Unlimited?
Oh,
I do have Kindle Unlimited. I will not be reading these.
These are free. They're free books.
Yeah,
you're not gonna take one for the thing.
Come on, you read a bunch of trash novels.
I don't read trash novels. That's the thing. I don't read trash. I'm not reading those. I actually need like a really good plot.
Oh, here's one. This has a good plot. I'm sure.
I'm good.
Let me read the title before you judge it. Just let me read the full title, okay? Mm-hmm. Before you judge it. Mm-hmm. This hoe eats chitlins, a hood horror story. Does that a no? Okay.
Oh my god.
Micah could read that one.
No.
Let Micah read it.
I don't.
You like to read, Micah?
Yeah, but this hoe eat chitlins doesn't sound like it has a space marine in it, so I'm not going to read it.
Old Thought Next Door is indeed a long-anticipated ratchet soap opera thriller by best-selling African-American urban fiction author Quan Mills.
Define best-selling.
I can't. I refuse.
I think I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say this nigga hates women, yo.
Yo, he absolutely does. He absolutely
listening to those titles, yo. Just listening to those titles. This shit is a fucking problem. Like, all right, yo. All right.
This dude cranks out books constantly, and they're not like 100 pages. They're like 300 pages.
Oh wow!
I thought they were all like bullshit.
That's my bare minimum for like reading a novel. It had to be at least 300 pages long.
Well, I'm just saying, like this is the guy. Yeah, and there's a picture of him on Twitter. Quan Mills.
Just when I think about men like that who hate women, the person I actually think of is what's his name? Who was like popular on Twitter like 10 years ago? Ash Shy B.
Yeah.
And people called him. Yeah, that's what I think of.
Yeah. No, this is this dude. No, he got a real problem with women, dude.
Yes, he does.
Pregnant by my granddaddy's boyfriend. All right, that makes sense.
I can see it.
Yeah. My bad Spanish bitch. All right, wow.
Okay.
Relax.
All right, enough.
My pastor got a stripper pregnant. There you go. That's just a movie.
That sounds real. I mean, it's real life.
I mean, that's the
Isn't that Jamal Bryant?
Yeah, that's the Jamal Bryant story. I mean, come on. That's it. Like that's ripped from the headlines, as they say.
Allegedly.
Not really. No, for real.
Oh, did he? Did he actually?
Did he knock a woman up? I don't know if she was a stripper. No, maybe not a stripper. Part. Just.
I mean, that's the allegedly part. Her occupation.
Right. The rest of it is 100% true.
I mean, we know about the rest of it.
Yeah, he's a Baltimore classic. That one.
Get to Atlanta.
Yeah, he did. Get that money. All right, that's it for us.
Movie was shot. So there you go.
Of course,
that should tell you everything you need to know about Atlanta and the people that live in it.
All right, that's it for us. We will see you guys back with another preview episode for episode 221. Later.
Goodbye.
Bye.
You're watching the Black on Black Cinema YouTube channel. Make sure you check out our full reviews of Black movies, past and present. And every other week, we do a preview episode where we talk about a random topic that affects the Black community.